right, welcome back. Welcome back to Math is Easy, Step by Step. This is a part 2 video of answering a word problem. Given a function y equals 9x minus 25, we're trying to determine which of these answers, A, B, C, D, and E, from part 1 video are correct. And so in this part 2 video, what I'd like to do is organize the facts. Okay, I want to apologize if there's a little shaking going on. There's a little bit of shaking here, um, and I've talked about that in previous videos. I'm going to work on trying to earn stars, donations, gifts, tips in order to use those funds to purchase more equipment, more papers, pens, high definition camera that will end the shaking. And of course, pay for the Wi-Fi and electric bills and all that other stuff it takes me to create these videos. Let's organize our facts, right? So Y being the total amount of money that the individual needs to pay, the customer, equals 9. 9 representing the mug, the price of the mugs. X represented the number of mugs purchased, minus 25. The minus 25 is the 25 is represented by the minimum amount of money purchased, if you remember from that part 1 video. So let's go ahead and take a look again. The cost of mugs, right? Cost of X number of mugs equals 9 times X. X is a variable. It represents a real number. We just don't know, right? So if there are 20 mugs, X would represent 20. 9 times 20 is $180, right? So that's what this kind of represents. If a person bought 3 mugs, we'd substitute 3 for X. 9 times 3 would be $27. That's the minimum number of mugs this person would need to purchase in order to earn a discount of $5. Right? So the $5 represents the discount. And so we have the equation here. Total number of money I need to spend, or a customer would spend, would be equal to 9 times, it should be 3 or greater number of mugs, which is represented by X, in order to earn that negative 5 discount. So this seems to me to be the correct function or expression equation for this type of word problem, right? Total amount of money spent equals 9 times X, unknown number of mugs sold. We don't know what that is, but we know it'll be, a value of 3, 4, 5 mugs, all identical, the same. And then our discount is minus $5. So let's take a look here at this first. Let's take a look at the equation here. Sorry about that. Let me get this all worked out. We have these two equations we're looking at. This is the equation given in the problem, and this is the equation y equals 9 times x minus 5. I kind of just briefly worked out based upon the facts. So what's the difference between these two, right? Y equals 9x minus 25, y equals 9x minus 5. Looks like to me the minimum amount of money needed to spend in order to earn the discount and the actual discount, the 5 and the 25, are switched places. Okay, but let's just continue to evaluate, and let's just see how we do this. All right. So again, in the original problem, y equals 9 times x minus 25. You can see here that the negative 25 is the amount needed to spend to get the discount. But if you were to switch your answer, if you were to switch that 25 with the 5, that would give you a correct formula. Total money spent would equal $9. That's the cost per mug, times X would represent the number of mugs we purchased, minus not the 25, that's the minimum amount you need to spend, right? It would be the discount highlighted in orange previously would be $5. So, with these type of word problems, there are no exact ways to share with you how you can be successful other than take the facts you know and eliminate some of the options. Let's look at those options right now. So, which one of these seems to make sense? A, the equation is incorrect because 25, that's again the minimum money spent in order to earn the $5 discount, should be replaced with 5. That makes a lot of sense to me now that I've organized those values. Or B, the equation is incorrect because the minus sign should be replaced with a plus sign. So you would just be adding the amount that you need to spend rather than subtracting it, cross off B. That doesn't make sense to me. The equation is incorrect because 9 times X and 25 should be interchanged. So you have the $25 that need to be spent minus the amount of each mug times the number of mugs. Again, that just doesn't make sense to me. Cross off C. The equation is correct because 25 is the discount. Now, I told you earlier, we talked about that. The discount is $5, so you can eliminate D right off the bat. The equation is correct because 9x represents the number of mugs purchased. If I didn't know any better, I'd have an option A and an option E to guess correctly because 9x does represent the number of mugs purchased. It's the negative or the minus 25 that just doesn't add up in the equation. So you want to switch places. The best way to work and practice these word problems, again, is to just do them over and over and over. The more you do, the better you're going to get at kind of deductive and inductive reasoning, figuring out what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and then making the best guess option. You have A through E. And if I'm going to be honest with you, which I am, I struggle with a lot of word problems. I find them difficult. The best thing that I can do is to organize the values like I've shown you here. Organize the facts, try to narrow it down, draw pictures, label items, reason, and try to come up with the best possible solution. If these videos have helped you, please help me bring them to others by liking, following, and sharing these videos. Thank you for your time, your gifts, your donation, your stars. Math is easy. Just take it step by step.